Alright, these are my Genesis Model 2s that I completely restored. And these speakers made me a huge Genesis fan. I think Genesis speakers are excellent. This is like my third pairs, but these I've completely restored. Soup to nuts. Crossovers rebuilt. New ferrofluid in the tweeters. New surrounds. You know, got them back up and running. Now the thing about Genesis that makes them so good is this right here. Yeah, let's try and get that clear. This tweeter is amazing. This inverted dome tweeter is so good. It is so good. It images like crazy, crystal clear, and it's super, like, it's very revealing, a very revealing tweeter. Like, if there's errors or anything in the music, if it doesn't sound right, it wasn't mixed right, wasn't equalized right, wasn't mastered right, these tweeters will let you know. But when everything's done right, oh, they sound so good. Great imaging, great stage. Huge wide stage with these tweeters. I don't know what the hell they did, but they just image like crazy. Alright, let's try a little something. I would say one of the weak points about this particular speaker is that it has electrolytics in the crossover. These I upgraded to Dayton Films, so they should sound better than the originals. Great freaking tweeter. Love the tweeter. Now these have an 8-inch powered woofer. The woofer on these is a blessing and a curse. Okay? Excellent woofer. But you need a good amount of power to get them going, right? You need a they're not very efficient. They're okay efficient. Not super efficient. But to really get going, they need some power. And this is where we run into the curse part. They don't handle a lot of power. They need clean power. If you do not feed them clean power, they will blow. But to get the good sound out of them, you have to put a lot of power into them. So it's a double-edged sword. But when you get them going, they sound excellent. Alright? Let me see. They run full range. There's no crossover. Crossover doesn't do anything for the woofers. They run full range. And they go pretty high. These are pushing out some of the voices. They go up to high, maybe like 2 or 3 kilohertz. They go up there. But they also dig real deep. Try some of this. See, the woofer's pushing out like 90% of the music on that. So, this is one of the things. They just need they just don't handle, they can't really handle a ton of power. But they need the power, so Yeah, and then you got your passive down here. These aren't very, like, the passive only just kind of fills in the lower end. It just kind of fills in, you know, below 60 hertz, 60 hertz, probably 70 hertz. The passive woofer is filling in the lower end, but it's not really pushing a lot of dB down there either. So it's filling it in, so you get a full range, but you're not really getting a lot of dB. So these are not, I wouldn't say, these are not party speakers. These are not bass speakers. Actually, I would say having a separate powered sub would be beneficial for these particular speakers, because they really just, they can go low, but just not, they just don't fill it in. So if you're not a bass nut, these are good. If you just like a little light, you know, like just a light fill in on the bass side, these are perfect for that. Very musical. Like the bass does not muddy up the mid-range at all. Doesn't muddy up at all. Fills it in. Alright? Okay. It's hitting the notes, just not a real deep in your chest bass. It's just filled in by the passive. These speakers are good for, like, these are very good all-around speakers. If you want to play modern music, they're good. Play rock, they're good. If you play classical, they're good. Very good all around. I wouldn't say they excel at anything in particular, but they just like, if you, these are the type of speakers, if you just want, like, to just feel like you're there, but they're not particularly big. You know, they're like great imaging, great staging speakers. Let's see, what else can we play? I play a lot more modern. Not particularly bright. Not bright, not fatiguing. Not bright, just a good. Just a good sound. Like I said, all you need is I would say you would need at least a minimum of a 100 watt amp to really get all you can out of these. But when they sing, oh, they're so good, so good. Underrated, such an underrated vintage speaker. See anything Genesis, grab it. Bring it back.